Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make him man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat, and not first and four. Make up what I seen to make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. So, my favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red, how they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out, I sell out Babylon. They give man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead that can sell out Rasta and sell out, I sell out Babylon. Just stop on the right. You might show us stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing, man, throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
All of us are in the same mood. We are frustrated. We're asking questions. Lots of our communities have been desecrated. Resources are coming. Are they getting to the people? Will they get to the people? Should resources not have been delivered to the people before even the international aid, given we have billions in contingency fund? The government continue to say people are cut off. It's difficult to get to them. But we have three routes in getting to people in a time as now: by land, by air, and by sea. If we are cut off, we are cut off only by one route. We still can access the coastline by sea. We still can access the communities by air. Is it a wonder Andrew Holness fought so hard to win or stole the election because a lot of money was coming? Is there a reason why Andrew Holness inflated his cabinet? Because a lot of people will be made rich. And oh, they are out on Facebook already. Yes, I said it. Floyd Green has sacrificed Southwest St. Elizabeth for Andrew Holness's new third city, which he told you about. You know, the new SDG city, the smart city. Yes, eat yourself up. I want Southwest St. Elizabeth, but you cannot save everybody. Morning, everyone, and welcome. How are you? Thank you all for joining us. My head's kind of feel lighter this morning, coming to terms with all of what happened. Still frustrated of government yapping, 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 and we see no help going to the people. But Prime Minister and the labor rights, this is under the glare of the of the entire international media. Whatever it is that you know hide, while not jog on a foot so slow, the world is watching. And to those of you who are talking about Black River people, a riot, and them a loot and all of that, let me say this to you all. After a disaster, you have a window in such a magnitude of a disaster we've just undergone and is still going through. The government has 72 hours to get to the people, to provide much needed relief, search and rescue. The government has lost that window. It's now for people to fend for themselves. If you have to break down the city to find food to eat, so what? The government lost the 72 hours window, which it should have provided much needed support in the worst hit disaster zone. The government has failed to provide the resources within 72 hours. It is now down to the people to fend for themselves, to find food to eat and clean water to drink. And if they have to break down the entire city to find food and water, so what? You want to call them criminal? You want to say I'm encouraging crime? So what? Let me explain to you why. Black River, from Tuesday night, lie in ruins. The people did not loot on Wednesday. They did not loot on Thursday. The government should have gotten to them with food, with water, with tent, tarpaulins, blankets, medicine. The government failed. The government failed to achieve that within 72 hours. It's now down to the people to knock the city down to find food to eat. It is simple. It is what you call survival mood. One other thing. We are going to turn around there. Hungry, so. We're going to stay around there, dead for hunger and thirst and disease break out panwe, while the government a fly around and assess, while the government have billions in contingency fund, where the government don't have to wait for international money or insurance to deploy all the asset. The government have a military with all air, sea, and land vessel. And when I come talk about the people are looting. If they were looters, if it was about looting, they would have looted from Wednesday morning. If it was about looting for the purpose of looting, they would have started looting from Wednesday morning. They waited for assistance from the government. The government failed. Even when the Prime Minister flew down there and flew over there, turn off your camera over there, then turn it off when you pass there. The Prime Minister should have ordered the military to bring in all the required resources. The Prime Minister should call up the private sector, get all the building material, food, medication. All of those things are in Kingston untouched. Kingston weren't decimated, so it's not like the supplies are not there. We don't have to wait for international aid. The government failed. So to honor Jankro, we're say, we're loot down a Black River. Stand up in our way when we are break down the place. That's why you feel and see if we not break you down as well. It's time for you to rise up. You see, the police have no choice but to stand and look. Because your power was more than theirs, even though they have the gun. If young labor rights and young PNP will come out for Floyd Green and Miranda, where they march upon these people in Black River and demand support, we're not going to stay there and suffer. It's a land war, you know. The government have no interest in getting you help. So to all our labor rights on Facebook, we start well already. Go and find some wet mud. Go and find some wet mud to waller in a because Floyd Green sacrifice Southwest St. Elizabeth for Andrew Holness Smart City. Me now go stop say it. After burial, me I tell them so them I go come back again because them need to flatten and clear up the coastline. Did they not just broke up Black River, Paraty, Chedjo Beach, the whole of the coastline? Westmoreland, we're sorry that the attack we didn't carry out pan Ono. Hanover, we're sorry. Mobile, we're sorry. St. Anne's, we're sorry. The whole of Jamaica, we're sorry that Ono get drawn into the assault that they carried out on us. The assault they carried out on us, the whole of Ono get caught up in there. We are sorry. Oh, from Paraty. All of my family made it through the devastation alive, Elijah. With the community flattened, broken, twisted, bust up. But yesterday, one big bus out in we rode down a seaside, and one of our cousin drowned in there, which was a sad development of yesterday in the community, given that we went through the atmospheric blast and survived it, even though it broke up with community. Even out at Johnny Keane, when I say Johnny Keane, yesterday, I ball, like literally ball. Johnny Keane is a famous 4-road in our community. It's just a place where we got shops and thing out there, and it's a square, and the beach is there. There has historically entertainment there. So it's just a place where no matter where we come from, no matter how long we go foreign and come back, we go to Johnny Keane, go turn up. It's like a bomb was dropped on Johnny Keane. Let me see if I show you. Johnny Keane is it's like a bomb was dropped. It's like a bomb was dropped on Johnny Keane. May I go look for it shown because community mash up and labor rights no want me talk, so Floyd Green sign on the dotted line for slaughter we. Floyd Green sign on the dotted line for slaughter we. What else do you think? You remember, I can play this still. We find. We have a few video clips to bring you as well. Let us play Mark Golden appeal because Prime Minister, boy, when we tell the people them say you cannot choose back Andrew Holness because if you vote back in Andrew Holness, Jamaica, you not go sorry. Look at us now. Look at us now, Jamaica people. Destroyed. They mash way up. Hold on there. I want to me my thing here. They mash way up Jamaica. Parity mash up.
So today we have got access to a helicopter from a private company, and that's enabled me to come down. We flew over St. Elizabeth, had a look at the terrible damage. We landed in White House, which is where we are now. We visited also Burn Savannah, and we flew over Sab and other communities. Darleston, the devastation is terrible in Westmoreland. The people are really desperate. They need water, they need food. There are many communities that are still cut off, and where we need to open them up so that they can have some source of comfort and assistance. So this is the time now to really rev up the assistance, get it deployed into the community, work with the members of parliament because they know where the needs are, work with the churches, work with the NGOs that want to help, so we can put a full force national effort with international support behind saving our country and rebuilding our country. And I'm committed to working, if I'm allowed, with the government to in a joint effort to make it happen. And the people are very happy to see us. And I think we should be facilitated so that we...
Mark Golden used a keyword, which I don't know if you recognize. I'm willing to work with the government if I'm allowed. Mark Golden is sending the signal to us that he has been prevented. And I want to say to the Prime Minister this morning, note when the politicians came from Cayman, the opposition and the government came together in solidarity, Prime Minister. It is what we expected of the entire country. The taking of the glory of the destruction for yourself. Lord Jesus, I don't know when I will fix. Because every day you look something that's there to stick you in the side.
We can give them a sense of hope as well, that we're not forsaking them, that they matter, and that they're going to get support. And that's the message I've been bringing today.
Our people need food, they need water, they need everything. It's total destruction, total disaster. But we are here. We're here to do an assessment, to go back to ensure that we can get the necessary things that this constituency want so we can move forward. We're going to build back stronger, and we're going to ensure that we take care of every Jamaican and every citizen of Western Westmoreland. That's the commitment they have from me as their member of parliament. Thank you.
I'm saying to residents, I'm here with you. My own accommodation in South Sea Park was destroyed as well. I'm trying to get to all the communities, but I use the same roads that you use. If they are blocked, I can't get there either. So we're trying to engage members, people who have backhoes, chainsaws and those things, so that we can clear the road and open up back access to the residents. Yes, I'm grateful that the leader has been here himself and he's been assisted in speaking to persons within the government and in the private sector so we can get help to the people of Eastern Westmoreland. I can make one assurance to you that we will never leave you and we will never forsake you and we will never allow anybody to treat this constituency like it doesn't matter. It will remain at the forefront for attention.
So hold straight, be positive, believe in our God, and everything will be all right. One love.
I am of the view that if this disaster was handled by a Mark Golden government, we may not would have escaped the disaster because Andrew Holness and Floyd Green signed on the dotted line already. Andrew Holness come as St. Elizabeth and him can't tell we what it was going to be. Not out of my mouth, out of the Prime Minister mouth. The Prime Minister tell us what it was going to be. So we're not going to escape the disaster because it was already signed off on to demolish the southern coastline for them new city, Andrew Telway. But I do believe the relief and rescue effort would have been more coordinated and more people-centered rather than an optic center that this government is on at the moment. When the country has the resources, the country has a level of logistic to get to people who are cut off, because there are 3 routes to get to people in a disaster zone: air, land, and sea. We are only cut off from one route. How is it we cannot get in the other route? How is it that people like Shaggy and Angel and all of them can get together themselves together before the government and start give out resources to the people? I mean, listen to the government, this little source of food packaging, galangin, won't always get up. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about rebuilding out of insurance money where we tax money pay. The inflate your government fee whole and account turn rich. Out of disaster is to rebuild back our communities and our lives. And then I go and tell we say because of climate change and environmental safety, we have to vacate the coastline, build retaining wall. What saved Black River Hospital from being demolished is that retaining wall that we have, because the retaining wall and the sea meet. That's what protected Black River Hospital. Because just like the rest of St. Elizabeth, the sea would have taken Black River Hospital had it not been for that retaining wall. So we know so we can rebuild with city with proper retaining wall. So we're not going to move because of climate change and environment. I mean, big one from Cheddar Beach come down to Heavy Sand, over in a logwood and jungle, Uno in a day way. Cities are built and riverbanking and coastline. Do you hear me? Cities or you didn't hear Andrew Holness. Let us look at a part of parity. And when we get to Johnny Keane, me show you how Donald Trump Andrew Jack Bam in a Johnny Keane.
Oh my goodness, the party. Holy moly.
I'm gonna left you so, bro.
It was video quality now 100%, but here it is.
Oh my goodness.
Listen! Lord have mercy, you grown moon. Oh, like. Oh, God.
This is devastating. This is depressing. This is
Yo. Right now.
wow. Party look different. The trees them.
What's your Miss Prim? Miss Prim!
Just a come look. Just a come look.
Miss Prim!
Hold on, Terry. Hold on. Oh gosh. I will tell you, oh my gosh, look at this.
Look at!
Yeah, we are making video. Oh my god. Hold on, oh my gosh. Wow.
Shivan! What?
Look at party, man.
Look at it, like.
Oh my goodness. Just to die.
I do that something else?
Just steal a gas straight.
Rough, brother.
Oh my god. Well, Chinese.
Oh, God.
Stop up, mama.
Auntie Chrissy!
Guys, I want to take me out.
I want to take me out, bro. Drive a non-one good. Sister, man, she's carrying it.
Wow. Look at all the bushes at the back.
Darius!
Look,
You
man.
got the Darius, Pepe!
Oh.
Yo! Watch your place, bro! Yo, Darius! Oh, God, you better! Smack! Give me a big hug! Big hug, bro! We need it, bro! Just a coming, dog! Mash up!
Oh my gosh, look.
John, what dog?
Right,
The whole place.
Oh, but almighty, watch out, I'm going to see myself. Jesus Christ. Yes, God. Oh, that.
Wow.
See what you see about them here? I wish you wash it. We should wash it.
Sidua.
We had, let me see me wish you wash it.
Oh my goodness.
You're mad. What? He's dead. It was a tree dead.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. What them attack about which you want to
Jesus
get
Christ, again. Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
God, hear me. Wash out. Mighty God. Oh, I would have some. Oh, John one. How pretty you look, so? Not yet. Oh, God. All right, restaurant. Oh, stop. Stop it. Looking at my man, look how the leaf them beat off of the tree. Oh, God. Johnny King. Miss McCree them move. Yeah, oh my gosh, Miss McCree them move. Jesus, oh gosh. Look at Johnny King. Son, you son, and your granddaughter want to get to you. Ricardo and Shante, them are worried. Ricardo and Shante. You alright, alright. Look how the place cave in. You're going to cry. Oh my gosh.
See where America dropped the bomb there. Yeah. See where they dropped the bomb out of Johnny Keane mash up. Johnny Keane look unrecognized. Sharon, you there? Sharon Walton, you there? Sharon Walton know Johnny Keane. Johnny Keane mash up. The community mash up. And when we talk, light green. Tell me out.
Somebody bought them, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Look. Look at that shop. Oh my gosh. Yo.
And that is only just about a mile within the community. That is only about a mile within our community. The community is bust up. But Jamaicans, we now stop trying to wake up because a lot of us saw, know what's coming. A lot of us heard, even when we never pick up what the Prime Minister said at the time, we can go back and we can reassess and analyze what the Prime Minister says and what the Prime Minister means. But we're not listening. We don't think it's about politics. We don't think it's about being a conspiracy theory or being mad or whatever. But I'm sure una see something happen for yourself. I mean, them just win the election. Floyd Green just bought St. Elizabeth, Southwest St. Elizabeth. He never win it. He bought it. Look at it in blood. They never get to kill the amount of you they wanted to. They have desecrated your coastline, though. Even your dead along the coastline from Treasure Beach to Parity did not escape the onslaught carried out on us. None of us along that coastline from Treasure Beach all the way down to Black River, not even our dead, with whom them root up, with whom them on the coastline there, even the dead was disturbed in this. And we're trying to wake up and telling us that the government sacrifice and the government sign for no in our blood. When the government come for no land. This is a land war, my people. This is a land war. You think a bomb alone can drop on you? More danger is coming. the food and the medicine from those who have a vested interest to get rid of you, to make sure you cannot procreate, to make sure that your lifespan is shortened, to make sure that you have all kind of illness, ailments, and diseases undiagnosed and unexplained. You bunch of fools. Like you don't know that your governments are criminals and the masters they work for are bigger criminals. You don't know that, don't you? Well, you should draw your head out of your politician's backside and then try to listen what's out here in the atmosphere.
Now, for St. Elizabeth, several years ago, I had mentioned that Jamaica needs to purpose build.
There's a difference between listening and hearing. Listening, you listen with your physical ear. But when you hear with your mind, with your intuition. That listen, that is the type of listening that I want you to deploy. Listen with your mind, listen with your intuition, and not with that bloody wax ears of yours. All right? For una hard-headed labor rights, for una religious Jamaicans who think to say God have anything to do with this, clean, leave the wax ears. I'm not talking about the wax ears this morning. I want you to listen with your mind, and I want you to listen with your intuition. So you can go away and think. Because we are not making up scary story. Tell you. The Alaska University tell you say them study aero what's it or ever. Them study high frequency aerial exploration, where they call it. The University of Florida tell you that they mastered the capability to create a category 5 hurricane. And anything you create, you're in command, I hit for steer it and direct it. The Prime Minister tell you, say, him identify St. Elizabeth as a city. The city is going to span the entire coastline from Black River to Treasure Beach. So, any conspiracy, in a way, may I say, Andrew Holness is involved in the conspiracy because I'm analyzing what Andrew Holness says put together with what the American University says. Or am I not allowed to do that? Am I just allowed to brush it off and say, oh, fluff, they're just talking? They're just talking because they can talk and they want to make money on social media. So what? Everybody you see in a media make money out of it. That's the purpose of media, is to impart information and make money out of it. So duh.
Now, for St. Elizabeth, several years ago, I had mentioned that Jamaica needs to purpose build a city. We haven't really purpose built a city. We have never done it. Certainly not since colonial times.
Let me pause the Prime Minister and tell you. I became aware of these SDG Smart City in 2022. The lecture was given by my lecturer, my professor, Professor Suraj. It was his professor. He gave that lecture for his professorial chairing. I was one of his favorite students, so I had the chance of being invited to the lecture for his professorial chairing. Comedy very rebellious, you see, and him used to like when we tackle the university on racial issues, that it's an Indian professor. And he used to like when we tackle the university on racial issues. And he will tell me, when you see me, I go after the university and say, Wayne, go and read this report. You might find something in this report to knock them with. So, So I attended the lecture. He did the SDG Cities lecture for his professorial chairing. And that's when I became aware of the whole nonsense, because Professor also have lots of different positions at the United Nations as well. And there is I think about 158 of these cities they plan to create around the globe. And it was from then, that was what caused me to also take a deep look at the UN 2030 agenda. They did also have a 2021 agenda as well, but that also pushed me to look into the UN 2020 agenda. And, you know, because people don't read or people don't have access to certain information, them go on like me fool or me mad, or this fucker just talk because he wants to talk or because his mouth never cut straight way like an ass, then he's allowed to talk. But you can go and read. It's all out there. I've asked many people a long time, go and read George Orwell 1984. Go and read George Orwell, Animal Farm. You don't even have to read them. Those two that I just told you about, the audio book is out there on YouTube. You can listen to. I also ask you to read the UN Pact for the Future, which is everything is guided under this. Every time your prime minister opens his mouth and speak the word climate change, he's speaking of the Pact for the Future. They are not good. You never even know of this thing that your government signed up to. And this is where the clearing of Southwest St. Elizabeth comes into play, because Jamaica is a part of the experiment of these new sustainable development growth cities that they are going to build around the world. It's there on the United Nations website. Go and read it. And something me and make up when I talk about SDGs. It's out there. It was my professor who gave the lecture, so I was well aware of it. So I know what I talk about. If you want to keep playing the dumb-dunce game and want to continue to be labor rights, be it. Be it all. But my job is to tell you, problem is ahead. The land war has just started. They're going to come with climate change and environmental rules. It's not safe for you to live along that coastline. Look at the decimation. You're not at risk on no don't know. But because all I know always run come after me Southwest St. Elizabeth to protect Floyd Green. The same Floyd Green will kneel down before blood altar and sign on a name in a blood. Look at you now. Where is he? Where is the Labour government? Wanna traff me head for? We break up with community. Break up our town center and left us in confusion, homeless. There's more to come. If you relocate and you can show your land title, you're not coming back in. When the government tell you about parish council and the local business commerce have to have a new thinking, what do you think he's talking about? They will have to take instructions from the power that be of how this new thing is going ahead. You sure all of these people who had business in Black River, you sure these people will get the opportunity? You sure Black River will be able to have stalls and all of that anymore? They're coming for you. Your land is the target.
Now, for St. Elizabeth, several years ago, I had mentioned that Jamaica needs to purpose build a city. We haven't really purpose built a city. We have never done it. Certainly not since colonial times. Maybe Spanish Town was the only purpose-built city.
If we've never done it before and we're going to do it, is it not a fucking experiment? Is it not an experiment if we've never done it before, but we're going to do it? Is it not an experiment? Lord Jesus, I just don't know why I can't shut up. Shut your mouth, no?
Now, for St. Elizabeth, several years ago, I had mentioned that Jamaica needs to purpose-build a city. We haven't really purpose-built a city. We have never done it. Certainly not since colonial times. Maybe Spanish Town was the only purpose-built city. And I had tasked the UDC to identify the area that would be best suited for the development of the third city. Two areas were in close competition. And I'm not going to say specifically where, because that is going to just unleash, you don't want people to go and start to buy land and stake claim, and then you can't do what you need to do. So we don't give the details as to where. But suffice.
You don't want people to start buy land and state claim. You heard that, didn't you? You don't want the people to start buying land and state claim. Parish council have to have a new thinking, said the government. And if you can't state the claim over the land, who do you think is going to state the claim over the land? The parish council. A new thinking, isn't it?
I'm not going to say specifically where, because that is going to just unleash, you don't want people to go and start to buy land and stake claim, and then you can't do what you need to do. So we don't give the details as to where. But suffice to say that the area that we have been advised is the best area to do an entirely new city, and it is because all the requisite elements to create a new city exist here. And you don't want to create a city that replicates Montego Bay and replicates Kingston. You want to create something unique. And therefore, this parish, St. Elizabeth, would be where we would be looking to develop our new city. That's a big deal.
For all the persons online, let me see a...
Say them belly, not them boss, we say chala, not the lila. Labor rights. Is it me saying it, or is it your prime minister? Patricia Bartley morning. Me say, me sorry for the rest of Jamaica. Me apologize to the rest of Jamaica, Patricia. Because we then clout after in a southwest central, because the new city is going to build on the coastline from Treasure Beach all the way down to Black River, connecting back to Negril. So, we didn't really clout out, but it catch the entire Jamaica, because they have to build the storm so massive to clear the area they want, a 30-mile area from Treasure Beach to Black River. In St. Elizabeth, I'm talking because I know Westmoreland was assaulted as much as we were. The assault was intended to clear that southwestern coastline, to build a big city. Because what is unique, the Prime Minister is talking about, the St. Elizabeth have all the requisite. We have all the waterway. We're on that piece where them choose. We're right on the coastline. You understand? St. Elizabeth has a lot of history. St. Elizabeth got a lot of tourists to it. So when you hear the Prime Minister talk, and me, as Tito, you can decode the Prime Minister muffles. Thank God I educate myself enough to be able to travel through the waffles of the Prime Minister and come up with a straight narrative. God never asked me to listen and believe. God asked me to listen and think. Hmm? God never asked me to listen and believe. If God asks you to listen and believe, fair enough. God asks me to listen and think. It is exactly what I'm doing. If you want to listen and believe, that's why when I put back Floyd Green and Andrew Holness in a power who just try to kill you off, who broke up the entire constituency of Floyd Green. The rest of St. Elizabeth broke up too, you know. But Floyd Green entire constituency is lying in ruin because that's the biggest part of the city, because his constituency span that entire coastline where we in a damn way from Black River all the way to Treasure Beach. We in a damn way. So Andrew says so, not me. So no, don't blame me. Blame the Prime Minister. I soon play the other video with the Prime Minister. What me play fan video with the Prime Minister. Come on, Black River can't tell me this was in Black River as well. It was a long speech. This was just a different part of it. But me go play the other part too. The part what me call hidden in plain sight. Where the Prime Minister tell me what am I gonna do with we. And we sit down there, clap we hand and a cheer for the spill blood.
Now, for St. Elizabeth, several years ago, I had mentioned that Jamaica needs to purpose build a city. We haven't really purpose built a city. We have never done it. Certainly not since colonial times. Maybe Spanish Town was the only purpose built city. And I had tasked the UDC to identify the area that would be best suited for the development of the third city. 2 areas were in close competition. And I'm not going to say specifically where, because that is going to just unleash, you don't want people to go and start to buy land and stake a claim and then you can't do what you need to do. So we don't give the details as to where. But suffice to say that the area that we have been advised is the best area to do an entirely new city. And it is because all the requisite elements to create a new city exist here. And you don't want to create a city that replicates Montego Bay and replicates Kingston. You want to create something unique. And therefore, this parish, St. Elizabeth, would be where we would be looking to develop our new city. That's a big deal.
For all the persons online, when we see a cuss Dr. Sir Andrew blood clot Holness, go and load the blood clot man alone. The man telling you 3 months ago, you no listen but you never did a pay blood clot attention. You still run and go vote. You know what I mean? And I said this and that. Who vote for Labour right and who vote for PNP, I don't give a blood clot fuck. Big up the people that didn't vote and who no sorry for. If you're not affected by this big old Melissa, my heart goes out to you. I'm sorry for you, but all who were blood clot vote at that time, this they vote for. Andrew, this fuck how now you don't vote for. The man telling you, there will be a new city, not like Kingston or Montego Bay. Very unique city. That means that it's smart blood clot city coming. But all I know the pan, no, this is a conspiracy theory. Very conspiracy, me blood clot. The man they put it in front of no blood clot seed because no one wake up on the blind. Wake the fuck up them the business about no. You didn't know. And you hear what them say now? Listen what the man say now. The man say, then can't announce this because they don't want the people to run go buy up land and claim ownership. Why wouldn't you want the citizens of Jamaica have their own place? Because you don't want to control them blood clot, but you don't now wake up. You don't sit down and talk about God this and God that. Blood clot. You don't go and sit down and wait till God kingdom come. You know?
All I have to say to Jamaica people, leave God out of this. Yeah? Leave God out of this. God not nothing to do with this. Leave the poor old man alone. At 2,000 years now we hear say. The poor old man with the same old wicked them will use the environment to attack us. The same wicked people that will give God to us. And we want to come blame the same poor old man with the same wicked people them get away. You know, this is why I should have studied psychology rather than law. The madness of when you pray to God and it does not work, and the wrath is thrown out on you, man-made or otherwise, you blame yourself for your disobedience, your wickedness, your overworking, your profanity, and all the other bullshit. But what about places like Europe and America, who doesn't even recognize the God that they give to you, that carry out all these bullshit and wickedness and profanities and dropping bombs and women and babies and all sorts of bullshit? You turn around and blame yourself. Just like when you say, all the while, God I punish 80 because 80 work too much. Oh, yeah. Isn't it the same Obia Buckingham Palace use control? You know? Isn't it the same Obia the Vatican use and control? You know? Isn't it? Oh, talk your Prime Minister out of one of your other mouth.
You can now start to make sense of why it is that we are making certain massive investments in the parish, which would include the bypass for Spur Tree to go down, and then the bypass to get to here, which will effectively bypass Santa Cruz. It will involve the development of South Coast tourism, because we have a product here that is really great, and we need to maximize that tourism product. And then we have a massive investment in irrigating the plains here. We have launched the Pedram Plains Irrigation Project, which is now underway. So we're focusing on the agricultural potential of the parish, and that will essentially take water from the Black River. But for this town of Black River, you have so much history, so many heritage buildings, that it pains my heart when I hear that the buildings, some of them have suffered from fire.
The most historical building in Black River was flattened by Melissa. Waterloo, first building in Jamaica or in the Western Hemisphere to have electricity. Waterloo was flattened, that historic building. That old colonial church built by the colonial masters was flattened.
Some of them have been destroyed by fire. And I would make an appeal to the residents of Black River, to those who own some of these historic buildings. If you know what I know, you would preserve those buildings. Preserve them, because very soon they are going to be exceptional in value. Now, I was very instrumental.
Evan Bradford, why do you think so much journalists, filmmakers, documentary makers are assembling Jamaica at the moment? History is being created. History is being created. It's been documented. That was why, unlike how them never make we see burial in real time, they allowed us to film Melissa. It's history being recorded. All of these journalists know all of what I talk about. All of them know about the smart cities, the SGD cities. They know about the Pact for the Future. They know about the 2030 agenda. They all know. All of us read. They all know. All of us follow geopolitics. They know. It's a part of burying information, why they don't speak of it. Ask yourself why the government is not giving journalists the capability to go and film the disaster from the sky. What the government don't want us to see on the ground. Everybody against we. Me tell people say, rise up, because it's only that is going to protect us from, this is a starting. The land clearing is a start. Listen for the rules that will come. The climate change rule, the environmental rule. You notice under Andrew Holness' new government, he created the climate change ministry. Do you notice? You see, you're all not following the bullshit that is happening. That is what is happening to Jamaica people. We're not following the bullshit. We think this is all God has created it, and it's because we have sinned and we've come short of the glory of God, which has nothing to do with the bullshit of America's capability to use water and wind to attack you.
You can now start to make sense of why it is that we are making certain massive investments.
Hold on, let me respond. Crab. Bill Gates will be one of, and Bill Gates will be trying. You see, like how the South Coast, like Cheddar Beach, Newcomb Valley, Watchwell, and the whole of them place there, those are the land that Bill Gates is going to go after. You know why? Those are very fertile farmland. And anyway, Bill Gates sinting them farm, it poison the land. So Bill Gates want poison off with land because we have to feed from Bill Gates mosquito them. Remember Bill Gates a Bill mosquito and no missus so. Don't go walk and call back my name. A Bill Gates still we say him a Bill mosquito. If it destroy other mosquito. Oh no, don't call me name this morning. Me uncle love car news. Me no make up things. Me only love car news. That's my job. Carrying news. Me good at news carrying. Yes. So if Bill Gates a make mosquito, and Bill Gates a make chicken, and Bill Gates a make Heineken, and Heineken is the parent company for Desno and Geddes, and Bill Gates have shares, a whole heap of it, in Desno and in Heineken. Does it not mean that Bill Gates have a lot to do with Desno and Geddes? Lord Jesus, look how them a kill off my people, and my people still don't want to hear all when me talk because I'm so fucking stupid. I am so stupid that you're willing to be slaughtered without even no say. I know gotta do you nothing, you know. I know gotta do you nothing. Are the same old wicked people them we take queen of slavery. Are the same old people them are the same wicked people them we take document from Westminster Colonial Office and call it Constitution. Are the same old wicked people them a group up and we, you know. Hey, Lord Jesus, this morning. Same old wicked people them.
You can now start to make sense of why it is that we are making certain massive investments in the parish, which would...
Let me, Aunt Lord, I'm sorry for the keep breaking, but I have to answer these questions as they come along. Come here, the answer for them, you know. Me are the answer. Me are the answer. Let's say Andrew Holness has a plan. Who would finance such a project? You're talking about less than $3 billion US dollars or more. I doubt Trump would pay such or even Chinese. I am skeptical of such a theory. Let me answer the finance project for the theory. We have two bonds, the catastrophe bond on the Caribbean, what's it, a CAFA, whatever it's called. Leave that out of it though. This SDG is all about private investors. So it's not about the government funding the project, you see. The government has the money to fund a lot of the project. Have you not heard the IMF? Did you not see the picture in the Gleaner with Nigel Clark and the IMF who wants to partner with Jamaica to do bullshit? So it's not about the government being able to finance the project because the Emirates and the Dubais and the Indians and the Jews and the Arabs, they're all bailing in to have a rich part of that southwestern beachfront land of Jamaica with plush businesses, tourism, ecotourism, whatsoever you want to call it. So there's your answer for the theory. Given that the country has oil in the South Bank and the Pedro Bank, if you go to the United Oil and Gas website, you may find the information because the Jamaica government refuses to speak about it. Does that answer your question on the issue of funding such a project of building a city? Lands are there to chop up for the private investors, you know. Lands are there to be chopped up for the private investors. Land that we live on, land that are dead or buried on, or very dead, they have rooted up and drawn in the sea with their man-made Category 5 hurricane. Does that answer your question?
You can now start to make sense of why it is that we are making certain massive investments in the parish, which would include the bypass for Spur Tree to go down, and then the bypass to get to here, which will effectively bypass Santa Cruz. It will involve the development of South Coast tourism, because we have a product here that is really great, and we need to maximize that tourism product. And then we have a massive investment in irrigating the plains here. We have launched the Pedro Plains Irrigation Project, which is now underway. So we're focusing on the agricultural potential of the parish, and that will essentially take water from the Black River. But for this town of Black River, you have so much history, so many heritage buildings, that it pains my heart when I hear that the buildings, some of them have suffered from fire. Some of them have been destroyed by fire. And I would make an appeal to the residents of Black River, to those who own some of these historic buildings. If you know what I know, you would preserve those buildings.
Another key phrase or other key words. If you know what I know, what is it that you know, Prime Minister? What have you failed to inform us of, Prime Minister? What did you hide from us, Prime Minister? What is it that you know that we don't know that is coming to the coastline? Because price are go blow up round there. The people them soon start moving and telling them selling a house and land to them, you know, parity to Treasure Beach. That coastline is the city. The coastline is the city. Them not go trouble Santa Cruz and so on. They can build a new city all the way from Black River, spanning the coastline to Treasure Beach with all the inland where them go grab. Santa Cruz is a part of the landlocked part of Jamaica where we are going to exist in. The third term that loaded with a lot of blood in it. A third term that loaded with a lot of blood. Andrew Holness carried out mass killing of the Jamaica people in order to achieve his agenda. That's what a third term means. Mass killing, mass desecration of our society, mass homelessness in Jamaica, mass hunger. Look at us, Jamaica. Jamaica, look at us this morning. To know that our government is in league with this, it is heart-wrenching.
You can now start to make sense of why it is that we are making certain massive investments in the parish, which would include the bypass for Spur Tree to go down, and then the
If you don't understand what the Prime Minister is saying here, the Prime Minister is saying to you, there are things that we have already set in motion. We have already started the creation of our bypass highway. We have already started that big water project that they start to suck water from, to divert the water from Black River to Treasure Beach. What he's explaining to you is that we have already started. What he did not go on to explain to you. So immediately in our third term, we will need to clear the land to get on with building our city. Isn't it, Prime Minister?
You can now start to make sense of why it is that we are making certain massive investments in the parish, which would include the bypass for Spur Tree to go down, and then the bypass to get to here, which will effectively bypass Santa Cruz. It will involve the development of South Coast tourism, because we have a product here that is really great, and we need to maximize that tourism product. And then we have a massive investment in irrigating the plains here. We have launched the Pedram Plains Irrigation Project, which is now underway. So we're focusing on the agricultural potential of the parish, and that will essentially take water from the Black River.
Yes, McEwan, just go and ask Google, who is the parent company for Desno and Geddes? Who is the parent company for DNG?
But for this town of Black River, you have so much history, so many heritage buildings, that it pains my heart when I hear that the buildings, some of them have suffered from fire. Some of them have been destroyed by fire. And I would make an appeal to the residents of Black River, to those who own some of these historic buildings. If you know what I know, you would preserve those buildings. Preserve them, because very soon they are going to be exceptional in value. Now, I was very instrumental in the approval for the medical school that is here. Something that we have not taken advantage of, but we should, is education tourism. And we're going to target this part of Jamaica for that new industry, education tourism. So in the next chapter of our development, in our new term that is fast approaching.
In the next chapter of our development, he said Jamaica, which the term is fast approaching, given the Prime Minister said this in July. The Prime Minister allowed an assault to be carried out on you in October. He said it. Soon to start in our next pivot, soon to start in our next term. You know that? No. Mr. If you not that, talk your Prime Minister, because him going like a fool maybe. I'm not a big overgrown fool like the Prime Minister, and certainly this prime minister is not as stupid as he appears. He's only wicked.
Look out for individual parish development plans that will be done in such a way that
individual parish development plans. 6 of the 14 parishes in Jamaica, the entire island, face the devastation. But 6 of the parishes receive blunt force attack, particularly Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, Hanover, St. Anne, St. James. Them parish they get hit hard, but St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland got a walloping from Andrew Holness. St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland got a walloping from Donald Trump and Andrew Holness. So when Mr. Floyd Green sacrificed UNO, Southwest St. Elizabeth, if them lot want on Facebook want stand there and tear up themselves, be your own tigers, deers, and darlings. But Floyd Green sacrificed with Andrew Holness and Floyd Green sacrificed with to build them new city. That's why them bring the earthquake and tap it when you reach right half away. And then turn in a direction and then turn up the speed. Land clearing. Land clearing. Can build new city for old city. The new argument on watch and see, as Mama would have said, if me dead and gone, answer go carry come on my grave, same sister. Black River have to be demolished. You cannot repair Black River. Hey, hallelujah this morning. How long Prime Minister you go take to come with the folk record? We know it a come, you know. We know it a come. How long you go take to approach with the folk record, sir? We have to demolish Joseph Samuel. Welcome to the program. We're mad over here, so you know. We're mad over here, so we have to be careful when we walk up and we over here for the first time because we're mad. So, morning, Joseph, and welcome to Global TV. I don't know which of the channel you're on, Global TV Group or Universal Advantage or Universal Media, but whichever of the Global TV Group channel you are on, welcome. And welcome to all or new subscribers. Just remember, say, and mad people now run up in her when on a run come over here. So, but the Prime Minister talk it. The Prime Minister talk everything. So when we say Floyd Green and Andrew Holness sacrifice on to build them city, them have to go chop off me neck and go continue so can it happen. Them create them atmospheric missile and them wait till it reach halfway and them launch it halfway and them decimate with town and with communities. So they can't do what they want to do with me. Up to them what they want to do.
the residents participate in it, the stakeholders participate in it. But
we continue to play Andrew again. The whole everybody needs to hear Andrew because I know me make it up. Me on go walk and can news because I love talk people business. Me love talk people business, so me I walk and care the news. I don't miss it so. It is the Prime Minister, your Prime Minister, who signed in blood to murder hundreds and thousands of us from Cheddar Beach all the way down to Westmoreland, forget Civilian City.
you can now start to make sense of why it is that we are making certain massive investments in the parish, which would include the bypass for Spur Tree to go down, and then the bypass to get to here, which will effectively bypass Santa Cruz. It will involve the development of South Coast tourism, because we have a product here that is really great, and we need to maximize that tourism product. And then we have a massive investment in irrigating the plains here. We have launched the Pedram Plains Irrigation Project, which is now underway. So we're focusing on the agricultural potential of the parish, and that will essentially take water from the Black River. But for this,
you hear how the Prime Minister back talk? The agricultural potential of the parish. Why not the agricultural prowess of the parish, Prime Minister, given that we are Jamaica bread basket? You see the man you talk to, like we don't know, say, hey, me say when me tell him, say me hate human being, it's Andrew I'm talking about.
Town of Black River, you have so much history, so many heritage buildings, that it pains my heart when I hear that the buildings, some of them have suffered from fire. Some of them have been destroyed by fire. And I would make an appeal to the residents of Black River, to those who own some of these historic buildings. If you know what I know, you would preserve those buildings. Preserve them, because very soon they are going to be exceptional in value. Now, I was very instrumental in the approval for the medical school that is here. Something that we have not taken advantage of, but we should, is education tourism. And we're going to target this part of Jamaica for that new industry, education tourism. So in the next chapter of our development, in our new term that is fast approaching, you can look out for individual parish development plans that will be done in such a way that the residents participate in it, the stakeholders participate in it, but you're going to see strategic and direct infusion of investments in such a way as to improve the quality of life of the people, to provide the infrastructure that they need, to create the business environment, and ultimately to give the people the ability to live and earn where, well, to live and work and earn where they live. It is going to call for a new type of thinking of the...
When I heard him, when I heard the Prime Minister, not my words, the Prime Minister words, and make the University of Florida tell you for them side of the story. If you can fix all of what you hear together, tough. But let the University of Florida tell you for them side of the story. Everybody have a side to it, you know. You ever hear Durban?
Researchers are creating their own storms in a state-of-the-art lab.
Most of you Jamaican would know a program Durban Malcolm has host on Power 100 Talk. Both sides of the story. You heard the Prime Minister side of the story just now, didn't you? Let's hear from those who weaponize the environment, from those who weaponize our weather system. Let's hear from them, because I'm a fool this morning.
Researchers are creating their own storms in a state-of-the-art lab. It could end up saving lives. Mark, good morning.
Good morning. This tank gives scientists and the rest of us a view no one has ever had before. What a hurricane's power looks like at water level as it storms ashore. In just 2 minutes, scientists here can take calm waters and turn them into a monster hurricane.
The wind is gradually getting stronger and stronger as it's coming up here, and it's ramping up to a Category 5. It's probably about a Category 3 right now.
This 75-foot-long tank is the first simulator in the world capable of creating a Category 5 hurricane over water. Brian House is the director of the University of Miami's new laboratory at the Rosenstiel School of Marine and Atmospheric Science. What was it like when you cranked it up the first time, full blast?
It was stunning. I mean, it was it was chills.
Nearly 40,000 gallons of seawater fill this tank. House uses a computer program and a single 1,700 horsepower fan to whip wind speeds up to 157 miles per hour.
This tank is the largest wind wave facility in the world. We can generate an extreme Category 5.
So you heard both sides of the story, didn't you? You heard Andrew Holness's side of the story. You heard the Americans' side of the story. Would you say that I have made these things up? Would you say that I have made these things up? Or I'm analyzing what they have told us? Am I making it up, or am I analyzing? Am I putting 2 and 2 together, or am I just being doolally? Because they said it. Ask yourself this question. If you're from St. Elizabeth and you know St. Elizabeth, where Andrew get the land to build the city pan? Ask yourself, if you're from St. Elizabeth, cities are normally built on coastline or river banking. There must be a waterway access to the city. Ask yourself the question. If you know St. Elizabeth and how St. Elizabeth is residentially structured, ask yourself, where is the Prime Minister going to get the land to build that city on? And if the Prime Minister is going to build a city and you're in the Prime Minister's way, the Prime Minister's friends and private investors can weaponize the weather system to clear the area where they need to build the city. Oh, LM, you can ask me any questions. You can, any questions are welcome over here. I never shy from a question. The Americans told you I've got the capability. The Prime Minister told you I need to build a city. Isn't this a good 2 and 2? I mean, you notice after the hurricane did its clearing, it just wind itself down. After they reach off our yard, when the hurricane reach off our yard, them turn it up a notch and them say, yes, we are at the spot. There you go, Melissa. Take your pick. Isn't that what we have just endured? Or nothing on in the Prime Minister's way? Nothing on the Prime Minister's way? Hold on, let me go back to the comments. Because nothing to say. I'm mad, we mad. My family house blow down and call no one get to see them wicked. Can I ask you a question? If the government can't afford basic food and water for the victim, How can they afford to build? Oh no, that's a misconception that the government cannot afford food and water for the people. The government deliberately is denying food and water from the people. We've got what is called a contingency fund of how much? $1 billion. I think it's $5 billion. That money is money that we can run into immediately without going through the bureaucracies, without waiting for international help to provide all those necessities. We have the private sector who has all those supplies that we need, so the government can purchase them from the private sector. We also have what is our ADPEM warehouse, which is full of supplies. The United Nations this year, World Food Program, UNICEF, and Organization for Migrant Welfare send in lots of resources to Andrew Holness this year. Those support were for Hurricane Beryl last year, 2.5 million in money. World Food Program send support. The UNICEF, Organization for Migrant Operation, those the Prime Minister received this year, early this year, before the storm. Things that were not used on Hurricane Beryl. So we have it, you see. What is happening here is being deliberate. After the devastation, then comes the frustration. It is what is happening now. Because you have to frustrate the people, make it look and feel like it's not safe to be here anymore. Cheap or free, you must give up these lands, even if you become refugee in your, not refugee, even if you become displaced, because you can't become refugee in your country. You become displaced, even if you become displaced in your country. The government doesn't care. The government wants land to build his city. Ask yourself the question, if you know how residentially built up St. Elizabeth is, where is Andrew Holness going to get the land? Barring slaughtering us, demolishing, desecrating our communities in order to get land to build his city. The Prime Minister will soon tell us, because Black River has been the infrastructure of Black River has been weakened after these two Hurricane Beryl and Melissa. We will have to demolish Black River. We cannot repair it. We will have to demolish to rebuild. It's coming. If you don't prepare, me can't help you prepare you anymore. Can't raise my blood pressure, you know. But I still have to talk. I still have to talk. But globalists, all I know to say, and I'm a video to play. I think I have one from Dean Vaz to play. And we're appealing to the government. This is where insanity kicks in now, because I'm appealing to a government that I don't trust to do right by the people. I really don't trust the government. It's not going to be any better. The treatment is not going to be any better than we saw in Beryl. It was dismal, if you ask me. So I cannot trust a government that did not do well in a lesser scenario to do better in this scenario. Yeah. Wherever angle you look at it, sensitive people, we are fucked. If we don't stand up and fight, that's it. It get to that point, Southwest St. Elizabeth. We will have to stand and fight. Westmoreland may get to rebuild because uno never the target. Uno just have to get caught up in the broad arm of Melissa. Hanover people. But here the Prime Minister saying have parish by parish development plan. Has the Prime Minister not make his clearing for his new development? Just asking. Floyd Green is the leader of government business. Thank you. Lord Jesus, if people see what I want. When I look, every time I look, I just see dead people. And I don't mean physically dead. Don't get me wrong when I say that. Every time I look, I see dead people around me. I've heard from my relative Patricia, they all made it through the storm alive, but one drowned after the storm as a consequence of the storm, but not because, but not by the storm. But they're broken. Everything is shattered and splintered around them, but they're all alive, bar the one tragedy we had yesterday in the family. But people all across the country are appealing for help, Prime Minister, particularly us in the worst hit areas, St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Hanover, and all those places.
Jeep and something down here. King God for me, my son, for them broke. Me as my patient. My husband have high blood pressure. Everything gone through. When I had no food, no water, nothing. My number, if you can get me by 440-6084 or 868-1992. Please, we are dead. God know me fed up. Everything gone. Car flood, everything. You see, come over by the whole way. We lose everything. We lose one barrel with some papers and some seal gone. Everything gone for me. I don't know if you do. Sometimes I just get fed up. I don't know if you do. God knows. I don't know if you do right now. We not even know what we eat and drink. How much it is now? We not eat and drinking and not even water. We not having no.
And then some dirty bumbo-clad Jamaicans that come criticize people about looting in Black River. Loot on a mama. Loot on a nasty mama. Where they pan roadside at night time with young boy. Loot on a nasty mama. John Cross.
At all. No at all. And boy, I may have all the asthma, yeah. Ventilator, everything gone, everything mashed up, everything gone.
Who use a ventilator?
Me.
You?
Yeah, because me have asthma. I took up my views on that. Me admit in a Black River Hospital. The last time I admit, me get 42 drip and something down there because me only catch dengue. And me get those 42 drip and something, me almost dead.
When the water come,
The water higher than the pot them.
Go in the car and one of us run out of the car and come from the bed here and one of the stool and have them up there. Simple and this one now go out on the road at the time on the road. I lift up my steps so my foot broke and have him in the abandoned building.
Okay, so you want me to go to the abandoned building where we catch?
Okay, so we have
to sleep on cold super cold. And last night, some man come in bar with a rob. We up there, we have to ball out until left we alone. Man come in bar with last night up there.
Wait.
Man in a mask, come up the bar with last night. We have a ball out us. Boy, I can't take it right now. God no, fed up.
From the start,
and this alone me end up in that. This alone me not no clothes. I try to see if me can get some clothes dry. Panty, everything gone. So not everybody say me not have nothing. Everything gone. Teeth brush, everything gone. But God, we just pray. God.
The Prime Minister lost the 72 window to bring in support to the people. The people are on the ground, hunger and thirsty. And when I come call people looters, burn the city down if you need to find food. Burn it down.
Dwayne Vazier, Member of Parliament for Central Westmoreland. A lot of people have been trying to reach out to us in Westmoreland, but the fact is most people don't have internet access. It is catastrophic down here. The entire constituency of Central Westmoreland has been damaged. Everywhere you turn, no matter what end of the constituency we have toured since Hurricane Melissa, it's the same thing. Thousands of houses were destroyed. Thousands of people have lost property, have lost their livelihood. Whether it's their business, their houses, it's just hard to explain. You'd have to come and see it for yourselves. We're appealing to the government to ensure that we find ways and means to join hands and hearts together, because this is a Jamaica problem. What we have heard about St. Elizabeth is the same thing that's happening here in Westmoreland. So I want people to know it is just as bad on this side of the island. So we have to understand how we have to concentrate these resources now in both parishes to ensure as many people can get back on their feet as we possibly can get them to get there. What we're seeing is that many people are suffering, people are crying out, people are wondering what their next step will be. People just don't know where to go because of the situation that this hurricane has caused. So I'm saying this is the time for us to move as one. This is the time for neighbors to look out for neighbors. This is the time where people have to help each other. Because no matter what the government will provide, it is necessary for people to understand that people will have to help each other also. The government alone will not be able to do this, to fix all of these problems, because there are problems right across the area. As I said, it is terrible. As I said, it is a catastrophic situation, and we must work together to get this fixed. So I'm just saying, I'm giving a report from here in Central Westmoreland. I know a lot of people are wondering what is happening, and exactly what I just said is what really happened. We have to fight now and move together and get.
The government is doing fuck all. Most of the road clearing that has been done after the storm is being done by residents. I've watched some of the videos. My community personally was cleared by a resident. It happened in Beryl. It happened in Melissa. We don't see the JDF, but we have the JDF. Then we are walking a kick pregnant woman and a beat people with gun and a pint gun in our face. No, we in a disaster where we have an army to be in a defensive, a rescue mode and all of that. And there's no army to be seen. Shaggy can reach with food before the government. While the Prime Minister that Black River Hospital are giving testimonies, the JDF should not airlift people from Black River to a safer hospital if we do have one in the country. Because we never do have safe hospital at any point at all. Don't remember them. And you are calling people looters when the government have the Adpem warehouse, a town, stack of food, because a lot of what even the parish council container was picked up and thrown by the ferocious atmospheric missile that the Americans fired at us. And you all want us to say silence when Andrew Holness signed on the dotted line to kill us to get land to build his city? And you want to say it's conspiracy? You want to say that I'm dunce? Me enjoy being dunce, you know. I mean, love a bit of ghetto-ness with me dunceness. Coming in at the uptown fuckery. I can't go shop with. Me no in it. Me no in the uptown fuckery where can't go shop. I mean, can't get the uptown-ism go shop. Or fucking Prime Minister and Minister of Agriculture sold us out. Allowed Donald Trump to fire the environment at us. Decimate our communities, killed people, break up with township. And don't want to talk. If the Prime Minister tell we say in soon, he already start putting the network for in city of St. Elizabeth. And the Prime Minister don't have land. If then the Prime Minister must kill we have and mash up we host and business them for getting land for building city. You're not fucking idiot. Is it hard to fathom? Or because you're wrapped up in the fucking name of God? You all need to get out of that blanket of God psyops. This bullshit of punishing yourself and agree that God is punishing you all because you're all too wicked. Uno can wickeder than Andrew Holness? Uno can wickeder than America? When last you say God punish America for America's wickedness? Look at, since America's independent, they have fought about 300 or more war, killing babies. Why God can't punish America? But God can punish Jamaica and punish Haiti, but God can punish Britain and America. This fucking idiosyncratic nonsense. Sometimes I want to strangle some other Christian people. Sometimes I want to waterboard some of you Christians. Can you know say a lie on a perpetuating? Oh no. A lot of you are angry with your fucking pastors in private. Lord Jesus, sometimes I want to hold some of these people with a wet rag and beat them. Beat them. Your government is killing you. God is not doing it. God is merciful. God saved us. What Donald Trump and Andrew Holness want, they did not succeed. They want to see bodies after bodies after bodies lying on the coastline, floating in the ocean of southwestern Jamaica. That was their intention. Have they achieved it? Minimally. Minimally. So far, about 100 other we dead, even though the government not tell you the truth. Maybe about that amount we dead, because the government not tell you the truth. They did not achieve them aim in breaking up the structure of our communities. Oh, they did that. That they did. They have broken up the structure of our community. The mass casualty, the mass dead bodies that you all hope to see lined up on the ocean surface, that did not happen. You have failed, Donald Trump. Andrew Holness, you have failed. But you, the people of Southwest St. Elizabeth, can stop them. You, the young people of St. Elizabeth, I see you come out for Miranda. I see you come out for Floyd Green. You can stop these motherfuckers. They are not as much as you are, you see. They're not as much as you are. Many of us could have lost our lives. The entire coastline from Black River to what we call Sandy Hill Point, or the two bits what we call Windad and Load. I would have been mourning this morning if that mandatory evacuation order did not come true. I would be in a worse state of mourning. My entire mother side of family and my entire father side of family who control that stretch of beach in Parity would have been wiped out. Would have been wiped out. The tidal surge went about 1.5 miles inland. Communities we thought were safe from a tidal surge met the brunt force of it, water all the way up to neck height. Weaponizing the environment. Weaponizing the environment. That's what they use to attack us. Leave God out of it. Leave God out of it. Your prime minister attacked you. Your prime minister signed off on a deadly attack against you. Your prime minister wants to push you off.
Jamaica is stepping into the future with a game.
Your prime minister wants to push you off your land to create his city. Will you be willing to stand up? If you build a city first, you need financing, and secondary, you need buyers of the new homes. Don't worry about the homes. You see, they start. You're all not following the game, you know. They've already started that type of estate development in Treasure Beach Estate. Them start them development there already. Hello. Don't worry about the financing. Don't worry about that. I told you of the investors that are queuing up. After those of my globalist news who have been here for long, last year after Beryl, I told you on the 5th of July, I think last year, that they will be coming back and who some of the big investors are for the South Coast tourist development. Them flock from the Dubai, the Indians, the Arab Emirates, and the Jewish, and all of that. Don't worry about the financing. Did you not hear the Prime Minister say there'll be an infusion of private investment? Lord Jesus. I wonder if you're irritating me nicely, but you're pulling answers out of me anyway. Don't worry about the finances. Don't get caught up in the money part of it. Do not. Do not. The catastrophe ban and all the money that is donated, the money from the World Bank and so on, we now got none of that money there. That money can help to invest into building the township of the city. But there are a lot of private investors lining up, yes, stakeholders. Stakeholders, they're all lining up. There's no money problem here. This is Jamaica, you know. This is Jamaica, where it is one of the most profitable tourism industry. The people don't worry about the money, on a too focused on distraction. Stop focus. Money is distraction. Stop focus on the money, please. The money is not an issue. There are very rich developers lined up. Very, very rich developers. The housing schemes and estate already starting at Cheddar Beach. We never see July when Floyd Green launched it. The same him and Andrew Holness wrap the two things together in July when Andrew Holness come up in KFC and telling us that he soon need land to build city. We now listen. We now follow the script. We're in a theater. You have to follow the show from the start to the end. If you don't know how the show started, you were confused in the middle. You have to go back to the start of the show. Going back to the start, you know the series where they have over TikTok? You may get confused if you meet up in the middle of the series. You have to start from front. We understand the script. It's written in the stars, million miles away. It's written in the stars. Sign on the dotted line. Sign in blood. I come go about my business this morning. I come go about my business this morning. Let us listen to some more information.
Jamaica is stepping into the future with a game-changing project, the country's first smart city, a place where cutting-edge technology meets sustainable living, designed to redefine urban life in the Caribbean. But can this futuristic vision truly transform Jamaica's economy and lifestyle? Or is it just another ambitious dream? Let's dive in. In the Caribbean, where tourism is often the focal point of economic activity, Jamaica has set its sights on becoming a tech and innovation hub. This smart city represents not just a physical development, but an entirely new way of thinking about urban living. Imagine a place where homes, businesses, and public services are all interconnected, powered by the latest tech innovations. But as we all know, building a smart city involves a lot more than just cool gadgets and futuristic designs. It's a journey that requires careful planning, big investments, and overcoming substantial hurdles. So what makes this project so special? Let's take a closer look. Before we dive into Jamaica's Smart City project, it's crucial to understand what a smart city actually is. A smart city integrates modern technologies to enhance the quality of life for its residents. It's not just about flashy designs or smart gadgets. It's about creating a city where the whole system functions more efficiently through technology. A smart city uses technology to manage everything from energy use and waste disposal to traffic flow and security. It's about smart infrastructure. Think automated traffic lights, energy-efficient buildings, and public services that are always on and working in real time. Imagine never having to wait for your street light to turn green or worrying about your electricity bill, because smart grids adjust the flow of power based on real-time demand. These cities rely on data to make decisions, meaning every streetlight, traffic signal, and even waste bin might be connected to an intelligent network that reports back to a central control hub. This is a place where IoT, Internet of Things, devices seamlessly integrate into daily life. Countries like Singapore, South Korea, and the UAE have already embraced the smart city model, seeing incredible success. These cities have become global benchmarks for urban innovation and efficiency. Now, Jamaica has joined the race, with ambitious plans to transform Caymanas into the first smart city in the Caribbean. The location of Jamaica's first smart city is pivotal to its success. The project is slated to take place in Caymanas, a community located in St. Catherine Parish, just outside Kingston. This area was selected due to its proximity to Jamaica's capital city, Kingston, which will make the city easily accessible to those living in the bustling urban center. But being close to Kingston also opens the door for further infrastructure development. Jamaica is stepping into the future with a game-changing project.
The Prime Minister told us that St. Elizabeth is a city that has the requisite. St. Elizabeth is a parish which had the requisite for a city. So
you can now start to make sense of why it is that we are making certain massive investments in the parish, which would include the bypass for Spur Tree to go down, and then the bypass to get to here, which will effectively bypass Santa Cruz. It will involve the development of South Coast tourism, because we have a product here that is really great, and we need to maximize that tourism product. And then we have a massive investment in irrigating the plains here. We have launched the Pedram Plains Irrigation Project, which is now underway. So we're focusing on the agricultural potential of the parish, and that will essentially take water from the Black River. But for this town of Black River, you have so much history, so many heritage buildings, that it pains my heart when I hear that the buildings, some of them have suffered from fire. Some of them have been destroyed by fire. And I would make an appeal to the residents of Black River, to those who own some of these historic buildings. If you know what I know, you would preserve those buildings. Preserve them, because very soon they are going to be exceptional in value. Now, I was very instrumental in the approval for the medical school that is here. Something that we have not taken advantage of, but we should, is education tourism. And we're going to target this part of Jamaica for that new industry, education tourism.
sorry, yes, it's very low, but just turn up your volume as high as you can.
Of our development, in our new term that is fast approaching, you can look out for individual parish development plans that will be done in such a way that the residents participate in it, the stakeholders participate in it, but you're going to see strategic and direct infusion of investments in such a way as to improve the quality of life.
Hear it there for yourself, LM. Strategic and direct infusion. You should want to email the Prime Minister and have some clarity from the Prime Minister on what he told us July in Black River. And I miss it, so ask the Prime Minister where am I going to get the money. That question ought to really be directed at the PM. You see.
Now, for St. Elizabeth, several years ago, I had...
It's not like a mere make up it say other the Prime Minister create him new city, him tell we, and him explain to we as careful as he can in him double-sworded tongue. My job is to explain the underbelly of Andrew's tongue, not the top part of it, the underbelly, where the truth is hidden. Yeah, that's so. So the question of financing really of the new city, given that I know me talk about the new city and the Prime Minister talk about it, then I would direct you to sought clarity from the Prime Minister how a new city would be financed, where the country, where the government would get the money from to finance such a project.
Now, for St. Elizabeth, several years ago, I had mentioned that Jamaica needs to purpose build a city. We haven't really purpose built a city. We have never done it. Certainly not since colonial times. Maybe Spanish Town was the only purpose built city. And I had tasked the UDC to identify the area that would be best suited for the development of the third city. Two areas were in close competition. And I'm not going to say specifically where, because that is going to just unleash.
St. Elizabeth and Caymanas Park, and them two places was in the competition. And you choose our St. Elizabeth winner, you choose St. Elizabeth. Yes, that's how it go.
You know, you don't want people to go and start to buy land and stake claim, and then you can't do what you need to do. So we don't give the details as to where. But suffice to say that the area that we have been advised is the best area to do an entirely new city, and it is because all the requisite elements to create a new city.
Okay, let me ask this question. Given the consultation of this whole new city, don't you think the argument of land and the geographical setting of the city comes into play in that negotiation? And if St. Elizabeth is chosen, is being advised as the best city, the coastline is important to the city. What argument do you think would have come next when it comes to the argument of how do we clear the area to build the city? You think this is not a realistic conversation among the group of devils? Huh? You think it's too much of an ungodly and an inhuman or immoral question for one to ask? How do we clear the land for the city? Is it dumb to ask such a question, or to think such a question was asked or have existed? Eh? No, sir. Me too backwards. That's the problem with me.
Now, for St. Elizabeth, several years ago, I had mentioned that Jamaica needs to purpose build a city. We haven't really purpose built a city. We have never done it. Certainly not since colonial times. Maybe Spanish Town was the only purpose built city. And I had tasked the UDC to identify the area that would be best suited for the development of the third city. Two areas were in close competition. And I'm not going to say specifically where, because that is going to just unleash. You know, you don't want people to go and start to buy land and stake claim, and then you can't do what you need to do. So we don't give the details as to where. But suffice to say that the area that we have been advised is the best area to do an entirely new city, and it is because all the requisite elements to create a new city exist here. And you don't want to create a city that replicates Montego Bay and replicates Kingston. You want to create something unique. And therefore,
this parish, St. Elizabeth, would be where we would be looking to develop our new city. That's a big deal.
For all the persons online, when I see a cuss Dr. Sir Andrew blood clot Holness, go and load the blood clot man alone. The man telling you 3 months ago, when you listen but you never did a pay blood clot attention, when you still run gang go vote. You know what I mean? And I said this and that. Who vote for Labour right and who vote for PNP? I don't give a blood clot fuck. Big up the people that didn't vote and who I'm sorry for. If you're not affected by this big old Melissa, my heart goes out to you. I'm sorry for you, but all who wear blood clot vote at that time. This they vote for. This. Fuck how now you don't vote for. The man telling you, there will be a new city, not like Kingston or Montego Bay. Very unique city. That means that it's smart blood clot city coming. But all I know the pan, no, this is a conspiracy theory. Very, conspiracy, me blood clot. Them and they put it in front of no blood class seed because no one wake up on the blind. Wake the fuck up them the business more. You know. And you hear what them say now? Listen what the man say now. The man say, they can't announce this because they don't want the people to run go buy up land and claim ownership. Why wouldn't you want the citizens of Jamaica have their own place? Because you don't want to control them blood clot, but you don't now wake up. You don't sit down and talk about God this and God that. Blood clot. You don't go and sit down and wait till God kingdom come. You know, no.
While I go this morning, ask yourself the question, just that one question. Where in St. Elizabeth does the government has the land to build a city? If that question doesn't bother you, then you should get the fuck out of St. Elizabeth, full stop, because when the war starts, it is coming, you know. Because when the people wake up, Andrew Holness and Floyd Green, to find out that it's about their land, that's why you try to kill them. It will be a wahala. Look for the military build-up in St. Elizabeth and Black River. Thank you for being here with us this morning on Global TV. Today, what? Saturday? I went to Debbie. Hold on there. Somebody tell me what today be. Kakarot in whole. Saturday the 1st of November. Hey, Lord Jesus. All since me not have again, me not even know the day them again. Maybe me not come on this evening because me never have no Saturday November. So me not work on Saturday. Me a drunk Adventist. Even though Melissa broke up with church. If you say, oh, Melissa take with Seventh-day Adventist church, but Glenn Samuels, thief in whore in Glenn Samuels, John Crow. A long time you are collecting the name of Jesus. You see, all of the money you want to collect for God, fix the broke down church, them out. We not happy. So no come on to the church card down a donation on an offering plate and tithe bag. John Crow, Patrick Allen, who robbed the Seventh-day Adventist church, go gamble it with cash plus and all in it. Go and ask Patrick Allen, John Crow, for money to help fix back the church. Because we not happy. All right? Dog shit. Glenn Samuels, yes. You the president of West Jamaica Conference. You the whore. You the parasite. Glenn Samuels. Yes, you. John Crow. We not have no money for help on a fix church. The money we want to thief in the name of God. Use it up now. If you not borrow from God, God now go vex. After all, if God mashing up, he must can help on, he must can pay on the reparation. So take the reparation out of God's apron pocket. John Crow. Anyway, globalists. Thank you. Hey. No, sir. Sharon Wagwan. Me play one video earlier with Basil in as well in the Galangin, so you will see it somewhere in the show there. But Jamaicans in the diaspora don't give a kitty to the Jamaica, the Galangin with Andrew Holness and the Indian friend collect out there, you have your family and you have your community. Support them. Whatever support you have, send it to your family and your community. Don't give the government to pay administrator outer, for thief outer, and then the people them don't get none. Anyway, me I go on. Anyway, globalists, thank you very much for being here. We will come back tomorrow morning because I remember say Saturday to take my day off. But I must say it make so vile this morning because I Saturday. No, sir. The wicked Adventist blood rising on me this morning. And the wicked Adventist blood rise up in me this morning. But we'll come back tomorrow morning, globalists. May I go just take the evening to rest because that's something that really disturb my blood pressure, me not tell no lie. What is happening in Jamaica? What is happening in St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland in particular? What has happened in my community and my township? What has happened to my family? It is very depressing and disturbing. But anyway, join me right back here tomorrow morning when we will sort this government out all over again. Thank you and goodbye. Good morning. Have yourself a wonderful weekend from Global TV.
Oh, thy peace, the God of my salvation. Because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone and it pick a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear not hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat and not press the poor. Make God what I seen him. Make a man throw one stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a block. Make a man throw one stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red.
Let me answer Jeanette's question because I've had the experience before. We had the experience in Gilbert as well as in the June 1986 flood. Maybe because of how some of the videos are coming out, you have not seen fishes, but what you would see if you are in certain areas of St. Elizabeth and so on, you would see fish from the sea in unusual areas, like in the Moros or in the Pan or so on. We've had that experience before in our neck of the woods. We had it in the June 86 flood when the Pan and the sea clashes. We also had it in Gilbert as well. But it is something that you may not see in the immediate term, because normally when that surfaces, because how we find that out, after the water start recede, that water seemed to become untenable for those fishes that would come from the sea and end up into the swamp, like the marshland or in the pond, the salt lakes, and so on. When the water start recede, you would have them start struggling for whatever oxygen reason or whatever, and then they'll start floating or start dying off, and then you realize that fish from the sea is within that area. So you would find a lot of the places in St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland at the moment where fish are in fish from the sea or in unusual waterways and land. I'm sure a lot of that has happened. It will surface, the more the water recedes, you will see the surface when they start suffering from oxygen of being in their unusual habitat. But it will happen. I've had the experience twice. Anyway, Globalist, bye-bye. Hope I answered your question.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.